recording what?
Okay, just take a couple swings from each of them. Okay, so you don't need the whole series. So, do you want them now?
They got a whole bunch of other people coming up to bat.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we want to do it, but we want as many people as possible. Just 1 or 2 swings. And then, so are you taking this guy now?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Okay. So that's enough for him. Okay. Just 2 swings from each. That's good. Just did you get the batter also?
Yeah.
Just take 2 swings.
You were the young you were the young guy. I saw you, I didn't. Holy cow, the bat's not heavy. They're a lot heavier. Well, they should have been a saloon so don't break them. Oh, you didn't play golf. Yeah.
2 swings for each batter. Okay.
Okay.
I heard you got talking to somebody. Yeah. Yes, I told them to say hello to you, but apparently they didn't.
How about the bats?
No way.
Your daughter.
What kind of a damn...
Okay, Marv's up.
He's a weasel.
So you're back.
You want me to break it?
Attaboy, Marv. Thank you. Peanuts.
Because I think the last time I saw you, you were in Seattle.
How you doing? Good.
Nice and easy. Yeah, you were in Seattle last time. Was that right? So it's been like hold on, I'll get him there. There it is.
I need a heavier bat.
Chiropractor! Chiropractor!
Your head down, Dana. Yeah.
Oh! That one hurt.
Okay, we'll get a couple more, and then
LA.
we're going to interview some people, huh?
Okay. Sounds good.
We'll get some game action.
Museum looks great.
Isn't it? Yeah. It's just terrific.
Oh, wait a minute. Ooh, that stuff.
Really exciting. Well, the last time was 25 years ago.
What do you do with that thing?
Okay.
Oh, it's
Peanuts. 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 Can you move just a little bit? We're filming here.
Oh, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Come on, move that. A little bit jumpy.
Okay, now you can switch to the fielders.
Yeah.
Boy, Brock.
Illegal bat.
Okay, that's enough here.
Okay, I'd like to introduce Gary Hess, the longtime manager of the Fairfax Cardinals and the promoter par excellence, the best promoter that Fairfax has ever had for the Cards. And Gary this year honored the Cardinals and everybody involved by being elected to the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Hall of Fame. So Gary, tell us a little bit about your career. Tell us how it feels tonight. Everybody coming back from your era.
I started off as a young guy playing Little League ball, and that transferred right on up into the high school level, and then from there I went on to play amateur baseball here at Fairfax, and I played for 7 years here for the Cardinals, and then after that I took a little break, and then I became the manager of Redwood Falls for 1 year, and then another break came about for about 2 years, and I ended up back here at Fairfax managing the Cardinals for 19 years. And we had an excellent ball club through those 19 years with players from around the area that were, just interested in playing ball and coming to Fairfax. And from there, it just kind of mushroomed on. After I was done with the amateur thing, I started getting into the marketing and special events for the Cardinals, and we would do these Twin Fun Nights that brought in 1,500 people every year to the stadium here, and it was just a great time, and that was sponsored by Kurt Sampson out of Hector, and it's just been an excellent opportunity, and all this has led into this Hall of Fame that I'm going to be inducted on September 15th.
It's terrific. And Fairfax has never had, in 125 years, we've never had anyone in the Hall of Fame. So Gary's going to represent Fairfax and the Cardinals in our entire history. So congratulations. Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much. All right, good.
Now I am.
Okay, so guys, on the right here is Louis Cease, and on the left is Peanut Schrader. So we picked out the 2 best looking ex-players.
Yeah, there we go.
We want to interview them.
At least you're right for once.
So Louis, why don't you start? I know your dad, your brother.
Well, lots of memories at Memorial Ballpark. My family, my dad was a player and was the manager and player of the 1942 Fairfax Cardinal baseball team that won the amateur tournament. So that kind of started things out, and I, as a young kid, helped him drag this field with manual drags, and we picked pebbles and all those kinds of things to keep it probably not in quite as good a shape as Mr. Prox has it now, but we surely had it in great shape, and the big green monster was out in the field, and Peanuts would tell you stories. He used to hit the ball over that all the time when he was a superstar. But my brother Don played. He's not here today. He's in Alaska, babysitting a classmate, so and fishing. So like to be here, but there's some very, very fond memories that we had. Little league games out in center field. We had pickup games. We could ride our bicycles to the park without any problems, and we'd have pickup games and had no worries. And it was some fond memories without any question. So, Peanuts, what do you think?
As we were talking earlier, we were talking about a Legion baseball game. It wasn't played here, but it was one of the goofiest games we've ever, Fairfax was associated, was with Legion. I'm the same way. I played ball down here from the time I was old enough to walk. Played in center field, loved it. fixed the field up, did that too. Chased fly balls out of the park, so we got a nickel every time we come back with a baseball. That was really good because at the end of the night we could have a couple candy bars.
Candy bars.
Yeah.
Snickers, frozen Snickers. Yeah.
And then I got to start playing town team in '69, I think it was. We got the team started again. Was me and a couple other guys put it together. Steve Linsmeier was behind it. Emil Walsh was the other guy. We got it all going again. And the first year we went to districts and we lost to Gaylord, but we had fun. And all my greatest memories are down here.
So if you had to pick out one thing from the whole experience here at Memorial Park, what would it be for both of you?
The old lights and the way the field used to have weird bounces on it. Anybody that played outfield here, you earned your keep out.
Really?
I just think the nostalgia of the ballpark, the stadium built by the WPAs, and I think just, the underground locker rooms where we used to have there were showers after the games. They had wood slats on the floor, and it was, those are just unbelievable memories. I think just the park in itself was a great memory.
That and the fans that used to show up. Yeah. We could fill this place once in a while, and they were the greatest people on earth. They cheered us all the time.
A lot of stories. So, okay, so you guys, maybe you can remember the fans and stands over here.
Some of it was, yeah.
Yeah. So, Albert Ann.
Oh, big
Rolly Path.
Yeah, Rolly.
Jim.
The Deming. The Deming. So, yeah, their voices still ring in my ears when we made mistakes. I don't think they ever said too many positive things about, hey, great hit or great catch, but it was like, run those out.
Yeah,
all those
run
kinds
it
of
out.
things. Yeah.
Great memory. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thanks for all the work Jim has done also,
Yeah,
buddy.
You bet. Good to see you.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, good. I'd like to introduce Brock Kicker. Brock grew up east of Fairfax where I did. Brother Dana Kicker, half a mile from our farm. So we have a long history going back. And I just like Brock to give your family history, your personal history here, your best memories.
A lot of memories. Pitched a lot of games on this park. This park wasn't quite as nice as this is right now, but it's a wonderful place to come back and get to play again. We played through Legion Ball, high school, town team, benefit games of different kinds that have gone on, old timers games over the years. It's always been a joy to come back here and play and see the guys again, see the guys I haven't seen in a long time. Memories.
So many.
Well, remember Dad watching from behind, and he was hollering at the umpires constantly. That was a strike, wasn't it? And you could always see he was watching.
Right.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that clearly. Kermit was Brock's dad, and he's at every game watching this boys pitch. And Brock is still playing.
Still playing for a few teams. I'm 67 years old now, and I'm still pitching just like I used to when I was a kid, so I'm having fun. They're great guys. They're my best friends. We get a little exercise, and we enjoy our time together.
Okay, thank you, Brock. It's good to have you back
Great,
at Memorial
great
Park.
event. Yes, thank you.
Okay. All right, I'd like to introduce Eddie Joe Plumheffer from Fairfax City and Jim Kicker. Both of them played for the Fairfax Cardinals for a long time. I'd like to start with Eddie and just for a couple minutes, your top memories, your career, all the things that you can remember from this great Cardinal experience.
Okay, I'd have to go back to my high school days, early high school, and also in 7th and 8th grade at St. Andrews. I was a bat boy for the Cardinals before I was on the Cardinal baseball team. After the Cardinals left the Western League folders, and I started playing in Fairfax, and we played the game played the game to win, believe me. We practiced, and I mean we did practice 5 days a week, 5 nights a week. You didn't miss practice. And you worked at the game, you worked very, very hard at it.
Who was your coach at that time, Eddie?
My high school coach would have been Bruce Frank. The manager when I played baseball at that time would have been Emery Kicker. Emery was our catcher at that time. Emery is here today, and he did a heck of a job with us. We went to the state tournament at Springfield in 1960. I had the pleasure of playing college baseball. I played at Mankato State University, which was Mankato College at that time, in 1969, and lucky enough to play on 2 championship baseball teams at the college level, which in those days was called the Northern Intercollegiate Conference. No longer that anymore. Division III school. But other than that, I'd just like to say that as I was growing up, I lived here at the ballpark all summer. The recreation director at that time was Bruce Frank. He'd be here at 9 o'clock. Most of us were here at 8:30 waiting for him, but he got here. And we played ball all morning. We'd go home at noon for lunch. And we'd be back at 1 o'clock and we'd play again at 4 o'clock. And eventually Bruce started north against the south. The town here is divided. They divided lines before. But if you lived in the north of the town, there was that team and my team. The south of the town, of course, south end. And north won most of the time. I can say that.
Which side were you on, Eddie?
I was on the north side. And if we did get beat, it was the umpire's fault. And we had to tell that there, had to get that across to the south.
Tell everybody what this means to you tonight and these events that
well, it just brings back so many memories of those years and see people you haven't seen in many years. And, I'll never forget it. I remember last night trying to fall asleep and thinking of all the fun I had, all the good times, and all the hard work we made. Made a lot of friends from the ball.
Thank you, Ed.
Okay.
And Jim Kicker? Speak up a little bit more.
I've been playing since 58, and recall one game I was playing and shut down, and my friend here, Eddie, said, show me something. I looked at him and I said, I want 20 to watch. He just kept on saying, show me something. And we laugh or we have fun. It just reminds me of other fine stories. And some of these I don't even care to talk about, but I do like to say that this event being put on tonight is thankful to Jim Weinzettel and the ballpark, even keeping the ballpark in nice shape. And Jim Fox did an excellent job for 35 years, fantastic job. And supporters of the Fairfax people, this is a baseball town and it looks like it's going to continue. I just hope the kids keep coming and making an effort to play this good game of ball. It's a fantastic park, and it's a fantastic game, and it's a fantastic thing to play with your teammates because you'll have memories years from now, and I congratulate people that put this on. And I just hope that Lenny Linsmeier benefits is a good example for all these towns and the people that carry and watch this baseball park. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That was terrific, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Just snap it.
Yep.
I'm going to get Tom and I.
So I'm going to introduce you to her.
Okay.
And just a second, I'll take a picture first.
Okay. All right. Okay, good.
Okay, tell me when you're ready.
There, that turned out good.
Here's Tom Renan and Marv Gurius, old friends, old ball players, and I just want them to tell you about their experiences and their memories and what this night means to an old ball player.
Well, I go back to watching my brother play in the Western Mini, which was in the late 40s and the 50s. And then once I got out of high school, I played for the Cardinals from 1956 to 59. I skipped 60 and then a couple of years beyond that. We didn't have a baseball park that looks like this right now. This is beautiful here. I wish we could have played it. Marv?
I played in early 50s there. I played with Tom and I played with his brother Joe. And years ago, where we sat was in underneath the bleachers, where the dugouts were. They're under the bleachers there. So we haven't sat out here until we had the old timers game. And Tom and I played a lot with the town team, and us two. While we were in high school, we both played in the state Minnesota high school baseball tournament, which was held out in Metropolitan Stadium in Bloomington. So us two made a high school team to play out there.
We played in Metropolitan Stadium before the Twins did.
Yeah.
I want you to know that.
Is that right?
Yeah, they didn't play there until 61 or so.
Right, 61.
That's really, really cool.
Right.
So, tell us about the tradition that you've felt over the years, and what does this night mean for that tradition?
Well, I follow baseball quite a bit, particularly now the Twins, and being able to play the game and watch it, you have a good appreciation for it, and then to come back here and see a lot of the people that you played with is really kind of important. I think it's fun to. It's just a fun occasion.
Last time, I think it was at least 12 or 14 years ago since we had a old times ball game here, and the field has been improved a lot since then there, ever since we were playing here. And it's nice to see some of these people that we haven't seen before, and there's a lot of them that couldn't make it tonight, and there's a lot of other ones that would have liked to have been here to see this occasion be amongst us. Thank you.
Thank you, and you can see that for this town and this game, there's a lot of gentlemen that have been involved with Fairfax. These are two of them. Thank you very much.
I got to see this guy.
This is John Lehar, farmed outside of Fairfax. I remember John back from the early 50s, and he'd hit those foul balls back over the stadium top and hit the cars back there. So, John, I want to have you tell them about your experiences and your best memories.
Yeah, I played in senior in high school, and after high school, 53, we went to the state tournament. Played with Joe Mernan, Johnny Weidel,
What a fun day.
Bob Pope?
Bob, oh yeah, Bob here. Okay,
No, he's not.
I don't think he's here. Okay.
Yeah, he was coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, should we go out?
Dana Kicker about all. I think we can kick all the
shot. So.
Looks like you know what you're doing here, boys.
What is that, the under 40 club over there?
Thank you, Pete.
Gotta wear a white hat, Todd. Or a red hat. Big enough for us.
1, 2. Do by decades.
50s.
That's more than 4
50s. That's the whole front row.
Yeah, that's true.
The whole front row is 50s.
The 50.
You can throw that next time. I had orders I had to fulfill.
All right, got everybody. Now the 70.
Now the 7.
Oh, they had a long night ahead of us. Played in the 70s.
Saturday.
Ready for it.
How's your creation? All right. This is Lenny Linsmeier. Lenny's been involved with Fairfax Cardinals for a long time. I'll let him tell you about that. Today is Lenny's Day. Golf tournament for him. Ball game tonight. So Lenny, I'd like you to tell us the things that stand out for you. I know it's been a lot of times, but what stands out from your experiences with the Fairfax Cardinals players?
Well, when we started in 1970, you know, we started from the bottom up. We didn't have a dime, we didn't have a league to play in. It all got solved. We had a few people that took the bull by the horn, Tom Kicker, a few others. But we went all the way to the finals that year.
What year was that?
In 1970.
Okay.
We had one of our playoff games, our pitcher, Jerry Borth, struck out the first 8 batters, and the 9th guy bunted. We struck out 18 that day, and eventually we lost to Gaylord in the finals. So another memory that sticks out for me is 1976. We were playing at Stark in the region tournament for the right to go to the state tournament. And we were behind 5-3 in the 9th inning. Top of the 9th inning, Peanut Schrader hit a grand slam. And then our pitcher, Dennis Rosen, mowed him down in the 9th.
Wow.
So we were off for the state tournament.
Wow.
Another memory that stands out is Brock Kicker. We played Gaylord, and they ended up runners-up in the state that year. But in 2 games against them, Brock Kicker struck out 39 batters.
Golly. Wow.
Something else. And then, of course, in year 2000, we had the state amateur tournament here, which is probably the highlight of all my Fairfax baseball memories.
That's terrific, Lenny. So, I have to ask you one last question.
I'm surprised Fred isn't here.
What has baseball meant to you in your life? Can you explain it?
I think baseball is more than a game. It's a passion. It's like a disease that gets in your blood and you can't get it out.
Yep.
For me, all the years of dedication, and I could leave my house, walk 2 blocks, come to the baseball park 2 or 3 nights a week and watch a baseball game. That was all about to me.
Yep. It's been important to you.
Yeah.
Thank you for what you've done for
Yeah.
Cardinal baseball, and thank you for giving us this time.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to introduce Bob Deming. Bob and his family and family members have played for the Cardinals for years, and I'd just like Bob to explain to you what that has meant and what your favorite memories are from Cardinal baseball.
Well, that's a loaded question. Playing baseball goes back in our family for years and years. But growing up, we would get together on the the lots that we had down the south end of town and just play pickup games. And then later on it was into summer rec here at Memorial Park before they built Lions Park, and from there into junior high baseball and then high school baseball. And when you started playing high school baseball and the Fairfax Cardinals had been reinvented back in '68 or '7, you got interested in that. We had Legion Ball as well, but the Cardinals were the big thing in town. And so my brother Jim was a couple years older than me, because always led the way. And I just kind of followed along. And so so it was a family affair. And all but one of my brothers played baseball and played for the Cardinals. There were 4 of us that played at one time in 1987. And then with my brother Jim, there was 5 of us that from the same family that played for the Cardinals.
Holy cow.
And without a doubt, '76 was probably the biggest year, both in our lives and in baseball here, because we did get to the state tournament. Unfortunately, we didn't get there with my brother Jim. Unfortunately, he was killed in a car accident, and that gave us a little bit more incentive to to perform, because we're thinking, it's something that we want to do, something he would like to have been there to do, and so that was part of it as well.
So, Bob, I want to ask you a question I haven't asked other guys. Bob and his wife are very civic-minded. They've been involved in many great things on a personal level in the Fairfax and GFW community. So I want to ask you, what is baseball meant for Fairfax, and what has the card tradition meant for Fairfax?
Well, I think it gives us an identity. People that have seen the Cardinals play, our fan base, especially, I have to think back to the times when I played, because in the '70s the fan base was totally crazy. It was wonderful to be here at the ballpark and have the stands filled. It's not quite like that anymore, but you still have the community, the local identity that the Cardinals take with them everywhere they go. It's like, who is Fairfax? Oh, that's the home of the Fairfax Cardinals. And with our ballpark here, it doesn't get much better in baseball than this.
No, it doesn't. Bob, thank you for what you've done for the Cardinals and what you've done for the community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jim. You've done a great job.
You're welcome. All right.
And that's a cut. Yeah.
So anyway, I don't know. I think it'll be good.
Life is good. It's good seeing you.
Fairfax, as there were no teams organized. In 1970, because of the enthusiasm and the work of Lenny Linsmeier, Tom Kicker, Ken Peanut Schrader, the forward Peanuts, and Eugene Abel Walls, A Fairfax Cardinal baseball team was again organized and baseball returned to Memorial Park. That started a 4-year run of Lenny playing for the Cards. After the 1974 season, Lenny moved from the playing field to the Fairfax Baseball Association Board, a position he's maintained for the past 44 years. In 1982, when I was a player on that team with even though Lenny's health isn't as strong as he'd like it to be, he continues to actively serve on the Fairfax Baseball Association Board and works the concession stand at every Cardinal baseball game. Lenny, tonight it's our opportunity, both fans and former players, and look behind you because they're all behind you right now, to say thank you for everything you've done for Fairfax Cardinal baseball. You probably didn't notice that the Fairfax Baseball Association decided not to charge admission to tonight's event. Instead, they dedicated to have a free will offering at each of the 3 entrances, and 100% of your free will offerings and 100% of the concessions tonight will be donated to Lenny to help his fight to Lung cancer. In 1986, Fairfax Cardinal baseball was once again on the brink of non-existence. Just like he did in 1970, Lenny, along with Scott Dreyer, where are you, Scott? Come on. Scott Dreyer and Brad Augustine unanimously agreed that the only baseball manager to keep Cardinal baseball alive was former player Gary Goose Hess. Where are you? They traveled to Redwood Falls and wouldn't leave the Hess living room until Goose said, "I'll do it." Goose managed the Fairfax Cardinals for the next 19 years. He retired as manager in 2005 as the all-time winningest skipper in Fairfax Cardinal history with 365 games won. At this time, Lenny and Jim Weinzel, where are you, Jim? He was the committee chair for the Gary Hess Hall of Fame Committee. They're going to present Goose with a commemorative baseball bat recognizing him for being the first Fairfax Cardinal inductee into the Minnesota Amateur Baseball Hall of Fame. We'd also like to recognize Jim. Jim, can you step up here, please? Jim Weinzel for his commitment to baseball in Fairfax. As was previously mentioned, Jim was the committee chair of the Gary Hess Hall of Fame Committee and is co-founder of the Fairfax Baseball Museum. First, I want to thank the Path family. John, where are you, John? Hi, John. John, Terry, Kathy, I think they're all up there. Kathy Schrader, Mary Steinbach, for their willingness to convert the Ron Rolo Path ticket booth into the Fairfax Baseball Museum.
Sorry.
And they did that on behalf of their brother Ron. Rolo was and always will be Fairfax's biggest and most gullible baseball fan. I can just picture Rolo waiting outside the museum, asking a visitor when they leave the museum, "Hey, Randy Heidemann, I mean museum visitor, how did you come out?" Jim and the Fairfax Baseball Museum committee members have spent long days and nights getting the museum ready for today's event. And I just want to commend those on that committee. Co-founder Steve Palmer. Was Steve here? Steve was going to try to be here. I don't know if Steve made it. Steve Palmer, 6 months, many hours under trying conditions, putting everything together. And if you haven't seen it, Steve's outstanding book on 100 years of Cardinal baseball is for sale out by the museum or by the concession stand. Jim's daughter, Chris Alexson, her creative museum quality exhibits that she put together. Angel Munoz, where are you, Angel? Right back here, many hours of his day after his birthday. Candidates by Joel Grunke, beautiful work if you haven't seen them. Electrical work by Kelly Albrecht, materials and advice by Foursquare Builders. Jim's friend Greg Roscoe, is he here? Jim, you here, Greg? Okay. For building the ramp. Jerry Weldy for all around board support. Jeremy Baker, the New Ulm Journal, had a really nice article on it promoting the museum. Nicholas Johnson, Fairfax City Administrator, for supporting the project. And Jim Shavy Prox for many hours. Where are you, Shavy? Got it. Speaking of Shavy Prox, my good friend, how about we recognize his efforts as groundkeeper Memorial Park, the nicest ballpark in the state of Minnesota. He's been doing this for 38 years. We can't play baseball without umpires, and tonight we're honored to have two brothers that have umpired more baseball games at Memorial Park than any other umpires in the past 70-plus years. Combined, they've umpired over 8,000 games in their 40-year umpiring career. I'll say that again. They've umpired over 8,000 games in their 40-year umpiring career. Please give a warm Memorial Park welcome to the pride of Leavenworth, Minnesota, Wayne and Warren Cook. All right, at this time, I'd like the Legends team, so honorary manager Lenny Linsmeier, can you line up down the first base line? To the left's the Legends team, with honorary manager Goose Hess, line up down the third base line. Most of you are already standing, which is great. Please remove your caps for our national anthem. Singing tonight's national anthem is Stacy Schrader Pietro. Stacy is the daughter of Ken Piet Schrader and Susie Frank Sampson. Stacy flew to Minnesota from Phoenix, Arizona yesterday just to watch her father play at tonight's Old Timers game. Let's give her a warm Memorial Park welcome to tonight's anthem singer, Stacy Pietro.
So proudly we have
Another nice round of applause for Stacy. Get your team ready. We'll let them have a special moment. Also want to say a special thanks to Becky Hess, who's taking pictures throughout the night. Denise Montauk at the Fairfax Cardinals has done a great job of supporting this event. I want to remind you through this soon enough. So the Lesson Legends will be out in the field until every batter on the Legends team has had an opportunity to hit. We're not going to keep track of outs. We're not going to keep track of the score. We're just going to let them kind of be in their element. And once that's happened, we'll switch the two teams up. The Lesson Legends folks will get an opportunity. And hopefully by 9:15, we're all wrapped up. Thanks. What years did you play? What position did you play? And what's one of your favorite memories of Fairfax Cardinal Memorial Park baseball? First of all, I grew up here. When I was old enough to come out to the ball field, we would be here at 8:30 in the morning. First Frank would show up at 9 o'clock. We would have batting practice till
trees out there and I went over the trees.
Fundamentals. The afternoon we'd come back and we would shoot outside baseball and play a game and play here till 4 o'clock and then go home. Later on, as we grew older, we would play north against the south. I lived to the north side, and my friends probably knew here, but I played on the south side. The north side usually won.
Played a couple games here.
The only reason we didn't win would be maybe a bad call by Bruce would be umpiring in the dugout, from the dugout. And
would have dropped, they would have won the game.
If the North didn't win, we always had a meeting across the street away from the ballpark with the South team to prove that maybe we were stronger. But anyway, I did live here, like I said, at the ballpark. I played high school baseball here and enjoyed a great time playing here, great time playing in the ballpark here. And the Western many days, I started out as a bat boy, which I truly enjoyed, getting to know all the baseball players, the new players coming in as well as the local players, and it was just simply great. I just can't say enough about people of Fairfax as well as the surrounding community who supported